Hello everyone, this is Tripti Somani and I would simply say I'm no one. How many of you have seen Games of Thrones? Okay, so you know no one. As soon as you know you're no one, you're much stronger person. And with this, I will say there are three things which made me different. And that was a possibility thinker. I've always, whenever a thought came to my mind, I've captured, I've ensured that they're well noted, and I secondly ensured everyone I meet has some special gift. And so I was always like a Jholi Wale Baba. A Jholi Wale Baba was ready to capture one good thing about you and keep it in my bag so that I don't forget. Because as you grow, the community which you're living in, the professionals, one thing you have to be sure that everyone has one uniqueness which you should be aware of. Thirdly, as a woman, I always believed in humanity's switch. How many of you are aware about Vampire's Diaries? Wonderful. So, you know that humanity switch, whenever they used to feel very emotional, they used to just switch off that humanity button as vampires. But as human being, as a woman, because one thing we always have a challenge, which is guilt. When we leave our baby at house, we walk out of the house to work, one thing which concerns us is guilt. And to ensure that that guilt is not stopping you from the work which you're doing, this was very important. Sometimes when you're going out of your house, your baby is unwell, down with fever, you still have to go because I've committed here, right? I have to go. And that's where the humanity switch button really helps a woman. And I think these three things has been definitely a reason why I'm here today. And with this, I would like to say, don't be a Wi-Fi, be a hotspot. Can you correlate? Be that cooperative person who can create that difference and support others. But in today's technology world, still have that touch, has to be in a particular range. So with this, I would say that I was always conscious of one thing. Everyone has that weakness. I'm sure everyone sitting here has one thing you want to hide. Yes or no? I'm sure. So I always had, and I'm happy to show you what. Are you ready? My height. I'm not tall. You can see? I'm not tall, but I'll get back to it. I'm going back. Okay. So everyone is born with one thing which they want to hide. And why? It's okay, because this is one thing which you can hide. I can wear heels, looking perfect. I'm wearing a sari because it gives me a little coverage. Because if I would be wearing jeans or something, you could have seen my heels. Could have not figured out that my height is not less. So yeah, so everyone is having one weak spot which makes you conscious. Today, whether I'm in front of 1,000 or 1 lakh hardly matters. But I remember my school days when I was the head girl of the school. Being a head girl, being a topper, still this weak spot stays. You can't deal with this one. You can just give a solution to it, right? So I gave a solution to it. I am still having that weak spot, but the outsider would not know. So it is right to say that appearance is important. Choti si hote, small, would have said, oh my gosh, she's so short. appearance matters. Nobody can ignore that, because the first look matters. Because when we start talking, other things comes later. You should get the chance. As soon as I came on the stage, you must have seen what I'm wearing, how I look, everything. So please prepare yourself. And I was saying that being a head girl and, graduated from Shri Ram College, doing exceptionally well in education, still it stays. So, a thought, simple thought, look for a solution. Don't be conscious. I used to be head girl of my school, walked towards the mic to start the national anthem in the morning, and I was like, I used to eat up half of the things. Till the time I used to reach the stage, I used to just speak, instead of join your hands and start the prayer, I used to say, start the prayer. Because it was all stopping me. So I hope with this, you would know that we are talking about curation and solutions, and it could be as innovative as you want. As soon we see a woman who is doing very good, we say, you are a superwoman. You have so many multitasking abilities and you will be rocking because you could manage everything. Everything. Household, family, business. But why we have to be that superwoman? Why is the question. Why can't we that one person who can be at the center, smile, be at peace, and still managing everything? We've seen most of the places, because of our Women Innovator project, which is in 100 cities of India today, and working on 90 sectors and in 20 countries, one thing we realize is outsourcing, automation. It is just not automation of processes, it's also understanding a list. And this is not only about women, it's about men also. You guys are better. I think we are just learning. So I'm not saying just one is outsourcing. You hire people, do the quality and more intelligent work, and pass on the information or things which can be done by someone else. Motivate people. Because we see a lot of talent today in women working and taking care of home, right? So today if you see, you can outsource, most of them have outsourced sweeping very naturally, but even cooking, even for that matter, we have seen that a lot of maids are being hired today, and they're more important than a husband today, because if that lady doesn't come one day, we are really concerned. But it has to be intelligent outsourcing. And, okay, can you today tell me, do I need to go to a parlor? Am I looking good? Okay. Do I need to go to a parlor to look better? No. Okay, thank you. Because I have not been to a parlor for the last 6, 7, 8 months. So I have literally saved a lot of time. I don't remember last time when I've gone shopping, because I shop when I'm going for meetings at the airport, whatever I get, or Amazon. Okay. Automation is not just about outsourcing the household work. It's also about your business. When you talk about cloning, what does it mean? That you're creating as many as you as possible. It could be household work, it could be business. In case of our Women Innovator project, it was easy for me to go every 100 city and say that, see, I'm the boss, I'm the founder, I'm the community head. But no, we ensured that every place has someone like me, and every place locally has people to mentor. Those women who are coming in, we didn't focus just on women entrepreneurs, but even professional leaders. and policy change makers, how to make them understand that whatever social work you're doing, small or very small, it has to lead to a policy change. Like recently, if you're aware, Government of India has come up with 3% being blocked for women-owned businesses. Now, every central ministry, public sector undertaking has to buy 3% of the total amount from women-owned businesses. Now, this is a big opportunity just because the thought process you had, it could bring a change in a lot of people's life. An opportunity is being created, right? So we try that every city, every sector has someone like me who we are guiding from center. You know, today, if we talk about who's the major employer, this is my question from you all. Who's the major? Is it men or bigger? Who's employing the most? Men or women? Men? Men? Okay, let's give a thought process on. Let's discuss this. Just go back. Every house, minimum have 3 to 5 helpers. Who are employing them? Men? Okay. In a family, there could be a man working and creating entrepreneurship, running his business, but there are many houses where they're doing they're working for others. But every house has 3 to 5 helpers whose salaries are minimum 10,000 to 15,000 on an average. Now, can you think about who's the biggest employer? Okay, thank you so much. Of course, somewhere we are missing out the things which has to be added in our GDP, although we have ignored the aspect of totally the work being done by women at home. If they would have not been volunteering themselves for this work of a comforter, of being a security officer for you at home every day you go, for being your counselor for free, for everything they do, you can imagine the kind of outflow from your papa's pocket would have been and would have added to our GDP. Thank you so much, but second aspect. Now we are very much, our family believes that once a woman steps out, the kid staying is definitely exposed to a risk. But in joint family, maybe that risk can be reduced. But if you go on the studies being conducted by Harvard, recently there was a study which was conducted by Harvard. It says a working woman and kid of that working woman, the adult which they raise is more happy than a non-working. I would like to throw one more statistic to you. It is being proven through the statistic that for the working woman, today if you talk about a working woman kid, the chances of that female who is being brought up by a working woman, the chances of getting salary hike as compared to non-working woman child is almost 1.29 times more. The packages and also the opportunity to get employed. So it is being scientifically proved. Researchers and the statistics support that the more the woman is happy, you, my kids, respect me, brings in quality time together. Do you remember a time when your mom must have called you and you must have said, "Mom, I'm busy, can I call you later?" How many times? We do so many times. But imagine, remember, we have a lot of men sitting here. Your dad calling you. Yes, Papa? Oh yes, thank you for laughing at it because I know you all know this is true. It's not that your mom or dad is loving you more. It's just, you know your dad has called you. He has a very limited time. You can't take him for granted. But your mom, she's so worried always. She keeps calling you always. Mama, talk to you later. Something very urgent. Okay, on a lighter note, we all are made that way. But it's time when we're talking about such a huge economy, a Prime Minister talking about bringing in women in power, these things have to start from base. So, I think it's just the leadership qualities and the time quality which we are spending with our family is important. And with this, I think I would like to talk about women supporting women, a very, very important aspect. I remember working for PricewaterhouseCoopers, and my seniors used to have Bharti Ramola, who used to be the partner, my senior Avantika, and Simran. I think it made a lot of difference when you are working and in the management or leadership, you have a powerful woman. You know if something goes wrong, because in most of the scenarios, you will go back and see that something wrong happens, we don't know where to go. We actually don't know where to go. Maybe the next person sitting could help, men or women, but we just don't know where to go. We may not even tell our family what went wrong, but when we have someone in the leadership who has been respected, who has that aura, that if something happens, I am there for you. The overall number of women in that company, overall if you see the statistic, women who are in the senior management, those companies, it has been scientific, it's been through research, been proved, are performing better in terms of their revenue growth overall. It has also been seen that women coming in top brings in a complete change in the employability of women in that particular. It's in my company. I'm a chartered accountant, as you would know. And when I came to my company, we had almost one woman out of 20 men doing articleship, doing the chartered accountancy internship with us, or a chartered accountant. But today, we have that ratio of almost 2:10. So it definitely makes a lot of difference when women at the top are supporting. And you can also see that crimes at workplace reduced to almost 74% in those particular places. Instead, their financial targets are much better. Why? Is it only about companies or is it also about investment? Believe me, as a financial advisor, we've been approached by so many investment companies saying, I want to invest in a woman-owned company. Why? Because trust factor, their not going so fast attitude, not spending on something which is not required. So normally when we have been doing so many due diligence and all, one thing we see, as soon as money has come as an investment to a startup, the first thing is to have an office, and second thing is to have a car. And I'm not just talking about investment, I'm talking about loans also. But on the opposite side, our women, when they are given any money, if it is even left, they offer the investors to take it back because they don't know how to invest or they don't want to take a risk. And that's the thing. These things are getting noticed. I said women supporting women is very important. Recently you saw this movie, Chapak, yes. The acid attack was done on Lakshmi, that's her real name. And Deepika actually chose to do this movie. Now the whole thing is, once we raise ourselves to support each other and the ecosystem we bring in, it makes a lot of difference. Collaboration. Today if you go to any part of India or outside, the collaborative steps are being doing pretty well. Whether it's startup community, whether it's women community, I would love to and take pride that as Woman Waiter, our program, we have gone to these cities We have collaborated with every women association we could and bring them with us instead of creating something new. So that is about collaboration, and that is very, very important. Now, let's go on a very important discussion. Do you see these pictures? Before marriage and after marriage? A lot of thoughts. Something wrong may happen. No, it's not. The discussion is not about something wrong happening. It's literally a chain break scenario. You may agree or you may disagree. There are a lot of men in the house, and I would love if they disagree. It's heart to heart. You can just say yes or no if you disagree. Before marriage, the chain is mother to daughter, father to daughter, right? And you will be not surprised to calculate. I'm sure all of you can do this maths. Please do this. As a man or a woman, how many days do you exactly spend with your own family? Especially in case of females, maybe till the time you do your school. After school, 16, 17, 18. Maybe by chance you did your college with your father, mother. 21, right? 21 years in your family. After that, infinity to infinity. As a woman in some other family. You're spending more time with your in-laws. What is happening? Did you see that picture? Did you see that picture? Now the grandmother or father, grandfather, is always concerned about one thing. How the grandchildren are doing. The chain has broken. Let's take it positively. What if this chain would have not broken and the grandmother and grandfather, daughter, do whatever you want to do. I want you to see rise. So is the chain broken or not? But I'm saying many, in a lot of places, few places or a lot of places, I can't say, people are lucky. I am lucky. I am fortunate. But many are not. But if this chain is not broken, I'm sure we are sorted. And since we're running out of time, wonderful. Here I have something for you. North India versus South India. I don't think so these traditions are in South India. But in North, we have a very interesting celebration when a grandchildren is born. Means you've seen the fourth generation. You see our fourth generation, you're proud to be our fourth generation. You're seeing your fourth generation, wow. But the celebration happens when a boy is born, not a girl. At the base, although we know this is wrong, and the good part is, we feel this is right. It happens with me only. I have a daughter, fourth generation, we celebrated this. And my brother has a younger son. We celebrated this only when he was born. And I actually celebrated. I said, this is amazing. Because we don't know this is right or wrong. But isn't this weakening? Isn't this weakening at the base our whole presence? Then we have a wonderful Rasam Pagli. Through this Pagli, we ensure that the head of the family, coming head of the family, will always be a man. Wonderful. And believe me, I have so many men supporting. The reason I'm standing here is because of my father-in-law. He's been so supportive. But there are few cultures. They have to be explained in much detail. There has to be thought in much better way. Things have definitely changed. We are better off. Now the surnames are not to be just the surname of the family, of the new family. We have seen a change when you fire at the death. Women are coming forward. I'm sure we are going in the right direction, and such important aspects will also be changed in due course. So with this, I would like to say, business or personal. As a woman, we just don't need advisor in our business career, but also in family. A lot of women at the top have broken marriages because they forgot to take the advice they should have, even in their personal relationship. You need even for your personal relationship. With this, I'm sure we talk about work-life balance, but there's nothing called work-life balance when you're working as a mother. So thank you so much. Thanks a lot, everyone.